Um, Mark comes all the way across the country to spend his time with us, believe it or not. He actually thought he'd come over here and get some better weather, but we surprised him on that one. He comes from Martha's Vineyard, so anybody know where Cape Cod? Anybody ever hear of Cape Cod? Deep old fisheries there, right? Yeah, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket. Deep history of fishing, whaling out of there. He wrote a fisherman's column for 25 years and spent his time walking the docks, talking to the commercial fishermen. He's here to play us some music tonight, all the way from the East Coast. Mark Lovewell.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, a lot of the poems you heard tonight are about the hardship that fishermen go through when they're out on their crafts. Boy, there's a lot of talking out there. You're going to like this song because you're going to be singing and you're going to have fun with it. This song is called Leave Her, Johnny, Leave Her. Now let's all say it together. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. And enunciate that. This is not about leaving a woman. This is about being out on a ship or a fishing boat or whatever for a really long time. And you're so happy to go ashore. So let's say it in that way. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the times are hard and her wages low. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. And the grub was bad and the winds did blow. And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Whoa, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Well, the voyage is done and the gales do blow. And it's time for us to... Well, I thought I heard the old man say. What did he say? He said, leave her, Johnny, leave her. We can go ashore and we'll take our pay. And it's time for us to leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. While the voyage is done and the gales do blow. And it's time for us to... Okay, one more verse. So this is your big shot, okay? Well, our sails are furled and our work is done. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. We can go ashore and we'll have some. And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Whoa, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Well, the voyage is done and the gales do blow. And it's time for us to... We have some really good musicians here. I'm not mentioning any names, but I think I'd better have my guitar tuned before I start singing. All right, so it was said earlier, I'm from the island of Martha's Vineyard. Thank you. You know, I'm so hopeful that they're quiet. At least those of you who are listening really carefully that you can all hear me, because I'm not going to shout. I can't shout. So I come from the island of Martha's Vineyard where the fishing business is having a hard time. You know, the family fishermen, the family fishing boat, they are an endangered species. And I know in my conversations with folks over here that there's a lot of concern about the family-owned fishing boat. They're special. I mean, I don't want to start a fight or anything because it's so easy on the Atlantic side to get in an argument with a fisherman and a fisheries manager and the consumer and whatever, because we're all in trouble, but we haven't quite figured out what we got to do to make sure that the family fisherman, the family boat, can survive. And last year, well, thank you, yeah. Last year we lost our last dragger, and it wasn't because it sank. It's because the economics of running a fishing boat from Martha's Vineyard, which is closer to the Georges Bank than just about any place in the southeast. And that's a concern. It's a concern for you. It's a concern for me. If we were farmers standing around here today, you know, the farmers, they're trying so hard to protect the farm, the family-owned farmer. But it's hard to protect fishermen because we're out there on the water. We're out there afar. It's hard to explain. You go to your favorite beach and you see a fishing boat out there. It's hard to explain what's going on. Well, I wrote a song 2 months ago, and I think you're going to love it. The end of each verse, end of each chorus is, the end of the chorus is, by our side. Can you say that with me? By our side. And you know that line is coming around when you hear me singing, friends, by our side. Now, I promise you next year, when I come back here, because I love you folks, I love you folks. You're so affirming. You're so generous. I promise you that I will have this song recorded. I'll have it recorded so that you can go on Spotify or you can go on iTunes and you can find it. But this is the first time I'm performing it because that's how important you are to me. This song is a debut. And if you join in with me and you like this song, I'm going to take that back to the East Coast. And I'm going to tell everybody that they liked it in Astoria. Now, I'm not strumming hard. I'm going to be finger picking. And Troy can only do so much magic. But you got to listen. I'm going to move it a little like this. It's not your fault. I'm being quiet because I'm trying to get this audience to get psyched up for this amazing song. Sarah rose through the waves, sailing out to the sea, carrying a net full of our hopes and the dreams of a family. She is a fishing boat, she's our own. She's our home away from home. Rising, rolling, and rocking, Sarah, carry us on. The name of the boat is called Sarah. Sarah, carry us on. Through the quick soul passage we're bound far away, leaving the town and the bright lights and the sounds of the day, leaving breakfast on the table, leaving our neighbors and friends behind. We're leaving all away. Sarah, carry us on. Carry us on. Riding on the ocean, riding with the tide, hauling in our net our friends by our... Oh my God, come on. Let's do that again. Sarah rose through the waves, sailing out to the sea, carrying a net full of our hopes and the dreams of a family. She is a fishing boat, she's our own. She's our home away from home. Rising, rolling, and rocking, Sarah, carry us on. Through the quick soul passage, at dawn we're bound far away, leaving the town and the bright lights and the sounds of the day, leaving breakfast at the table, leaving our neighbors and friends behind. We're heading east to the fish. Sarah, carry us on. Carry us on. Riding on the ocean, turning with the tide, hauling in that net our friends by our side. Oh, that's beautiful. By our side. Let me change it. Wait a minute. The best measure of who we are is not the fish in the hold. The biggest payback isn't when the fish are sold. We got memories of Grandpa, a highliner back in the day. We're carrying his story. Sarah, carry us on. Carry us on. Diesel sings below deck, the wake swirls behind. Might tell you something about who we are and the message that we're on. But it won't hold a coin to the women we left at the dock, the garden in our backyard and the clothes hanging on our line. Riding on the ocean, clinging with the tide. Hauling in that net, our friends We were way off on George's, watching the whales swim by. There was plenty of room for all of us when the fish finally arrived. I don't know what you're talking about. This small boat belongs out here. We all know what's right. Sarah, carry us on. Riding on the ocean, turning with the tide, hauling in our net, our friends by our side. By our side. Okay, now listen up. The pilot house window's frosty, the radar spins round and round, the coffee's burnt and it's too hot, the autopilot is down. The net is coming back loaded, there are gulls drifting nearby. We're all done our fishing, Sarah, carry us home. Riding on the ocean, turning with the tide. Hauling in that net, our friends by our side. All right, one more verse. You've been wonderful. Just one more verse. And I know every fisherman will identify with this last line. The wishes that we carry, it makes being out here so great. That our loved ones are cared for and their dreams are met. We all want good weather. We want a lot of fish out here. Now we're turning to the west. Sarah, carry us on. Okay, now you know the chorus already, so you can sing it all along. Carry us on. Riding on the ocean, pulling on the tide. Hauling on that net, our friends and our sons by our side. Didn't Troy do a wonderful job? Come on, right, yeah, Troy. Thank you all very much. I'm going to carry your message back home with me. Next year when I come back, we'll have it really perfected. Thank you all very much.